What's going on, YouTube? It is your boy Chris back again with another video for you guys today. This video is going to be a Thursday flipping guide. Some investments for you guys that you guys can make before Thursday. Now, the way that this whole thing goes is that I usually buy Wednesday night, sell Thursday. Most of the time, usually you do not sell before 1 p.m. or 6 p.m. UK. But this year you've had to on multiple occasions. I think the market's going to do really well this Thursday. So I'm going to talk to you guys about some players that I think could do pretty well this Thursday that are going to be very popular and rise quite a bit. Now, if you guys see the prices of those cards dropping in the early morning before 6 p.m., that is most likely due to Patreons telling people to get out because of a loading screen, or because they're just people don't see a rise in the morning as much as they want to, and they just all undercut each other. Kind of the same theory about the 83, 84, 85s, where people just literally panic sell for no reason. And that's kind of what happens. People want to get their coins back as soon as possible. So, let's talk about it. I would wait till tomorrow just to see, or today, whenever you're watching this video. Wait till Wednesday at 6 p.m. UK just to make sure they do not drop anything. If they drop like a pack SBC, that even makes it better, because these cards might drop a little bit for that hour or two and be able to pick up even better deals. So, the first card I'm looking at is this Antoine Griezmann. Now, why is he go up, you might think? He's French. There's not many in his position. He was just 151, and now he's 158. He's French. He's plays for Barcelona and gets those links. Okay. You have, obviously, he's French. He's got a good card. He's historically known as a really good player in FIFA every single year. So for me, if you can get this card maybe under 150, 145, that's a deal that I like, because I could see him going 160, 163 to 165, and probably even lazy buyers. You could probably get about 170. Now, something I'll let you guys know about, and I said this in a video, I think last night, is that if you look at these special cards, the blue cards of these cards, if you can get them at the same price as their gold, that's even better in my opinion, because people pay about 5% extra for these cards, especially if they're fresh as well. People love you looking at fresh cards this year, so I would look at that. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys this right now. Thursday flipping was best if you bought on Sunday. Sunday, the prices of these cards were very low. Sane was about 100,000 coins. At 105k at pretty much as low as you could slam him at 100, obviously. And now he's about, 115. 115. I want to buy that, to be fair, because that's actually not too bad. But like I said, this is not a bad option. He always rises on Thursdays. Why might you think that? Is because he's in the perfect category for his position. There's the biggest left wing is Mane. The lowest left wing is like your Felipe Anderson, your Martial. And you could put Bernard in that category as well, as like a middle tier left wing from the Premier League. But this card gets Man City links. He's German. He's a really good card. He's got 4-star skill moves, 95 pace. The kids will love the pace on this card. So this is a card that I love every Thursday to go on, man. They always seem to rise on Thursdays. And why would I just not continue that, right? Why wouldn't I not? Another card I really love to do on Thursdays is Sergio Ramos. I don't know where he is at the moment, so he looks like he's about under 120k. And if we go and look at the most popular golds on the market, this is kind of where I'm kind of basing it off of. And don't obviously buy a human sum, because you might think he goes to 550. It's not going to be like that. I would personally look at Sterling. I would look at, if you're going to look at them at rewards, Lucas, Dembele, Semedo, those are the kind of cards at rewards that you snipe, because the amount of supply that they get initially, they usually rebound after that. They get a little bit low and then they go up a lot. So for me, those kind of guys you want to snipe there. A guy like Walker, you could either buy before or at rewards as well. Again, you guys gotta look at graphs too on these cards. Like Griezmann, I think I love that buy. He's a top 30 gold player that people love using. And yes, like I said, these cards were lower during the weekend. But you know what? Look at this, guys. He wasn't that much lower. Okay? He wasn't he's been about 155 to 150 on fluctuation. Pretty much every single day. He was 157, went down to 152. I just showed you he's back to 158. He went to 150 today, 156 right now, and about 145. Obviously because he's getting more rare, so there's less listings on the market. And for the people that are buying, that's the reason why that card is rising a little bit. This card, about 145 and under, I think is a great buy for Griezmann. I love that as a Thursday investment, so maybe look at that tomorrow. Now, they're not really showing much here in terms of, because there's a lot of SBC cards that I guess people are liking. So maybe we can go into the most popular icons. What are the most popular icons that people are using? If you could find a deal, maybe if you look at like 87 Ian Wright at 320 or 310, maybe on Thursday he goes to 350, 360. If you look at this little spike, November 19th, he went from 382 to 377, but went all the way up to 404 by the Friday when there was injection of coins onto the market. I think the market's absolutely going to fly this Thursday. There's too many coins for people to not go out and buy a bunch of teams. If you look at the week before, 364, that's not really a great indication, but he went to 371. If you look at icons also, guys, you could snipe them during rewards. They get a little bit lower as well because of the amount of supply that they do get. I look at a lot of these icons, try to find a deal on a lot of them because they do go up on Weekend League. You don't even have to sell them on Thursday night if you don't want to. You can sell Friday night because the market usually on Friday nights is decent as well to get out of your cards. Again, same inflection of coins. 277 went to 294. Again, 271 goes all the way to 283 the Friday after. So you could realistically buy this card at 260, 255 on a fluctuation and probably get 285 out of them that weekend. So that's something I want you guys to be looking at. Icons is definitely a way to go as well on Thursdays. And for some reason, that gold version is not really working out. Oh, it looks like Aguero actually is one of the most used players. So let's go take a look at Aguero. 126,000 coins for this Aguero. I don't see, look at this. Like, he's been as low as 118. That's only an 8K up from where he's been. And even like before Friday, he was 157. Is that even right? No. He was 131, 128. So he's down about 7,000 from where he was on Friday. That's something to look at, guys. If you guys can buy this card at, 120 and under, that's a good buy in my opinion. That's something to look at. Why is that? Because he's a Premier League striker. He's affordable. He's Argentina. He's got good stats. Another card I want to look at, both cards in my opinion. I'm going to look at these two. First, I'm going to look at Lenglet. And the reason why I'm going to look at Lenglet, and guys, remember what I said. Buy the blues. Buy the blue cards of these because they go up a little bit. You could sell for a little bit more. Now, a guy like Lenglet, if they were to give up pack supply, he would actually drop more than a guy like Sane or Sterling, something like that. He was 65 on Monday, December 2nd. He went 5K up yesterday, and he's about 72 right now. So, in my opinion, get this at under 65, 66. If you could find a snipe on him, I'd like that for tomorrow to be about 75 to 77. Maybe even 80K. You could see that a little bit. A guy like Varane, right? He's been around he was 220 on Thursday or last Friday. He went up, all the way. He hit 220 at a point on Friday. I do remember that. He got panic bought. Went all the way back down to 186 and is now back to about 205, 210. So maybe you get this card around 200K. Flip that for 225 on Thursday. That's not a bad profit. That's 10,000 coins per card. Who else do I want to look at here for like a Thursday investment? Let's take a look. I would say in terms of a lot of these special cards, now a guy like Saul was up 70. He was at 70K last weekend, right? He was 69.2K average listing price on Saturday. If you could get this card at like 56, 57, I don't think there's no reason why you shouldn't go out and get that card, in my opinion. That would be another card to look at for me. Who else on this list? Aubameyang's another one, guys. I can't stress enough how much this guy goes up every single Thursday. If you look right here, this doesn't tell the whole story, but 175 on Tuesday and goes all the way to 184. That doesn't tell the whole picture, though, in my opinion. Again, went to about 153. And you know what, guys? I want to talk to you guys something about this. All of these cards that I'm showing you guys, they are cards that did not drop that much during the Black Friday promo. Think of the amount of like packs that they released on Black Friday. And for them to not even drop like 10%, like not even go down like 20,000 coins. That shows that the demand was equal to the supply, or the supply just edged it. And what's going to happen when that supply stops is obviously they're going to rise into Thursday. So what we saw is a lot of these cards last year just kept on rising and rising and rising into Thursday night and Friday. So for me, I think any of these cards that I just showed you are decent. I'm going to talk a little bit about some special cards, like Assault, obviously. But I really do like it. I really do like that Aubameyang. If you can find maybe like 150 and under, like 145 would be a great deal. I don't know if you'll be able to get that because I think he's about, yeah, he's about 154 at the moment. So try to get like 145, something around there. Try to get your best deals possible. Again, if they do release a pack SBC with golds and packs, they could drop for an hour or two those cards, but then they're going to rebound very quickly because people are going to realize how cheap they are. So just be wary of that. If we don't get any pack tomorrow, I still think they're going to rise. So just buy whenever you feel like it. I would kind of wait just to see what happens tomorrow before you go out and all buy these cards. Now, in terms of the Scream cards, now, a lot of these special cards, guys, are at one of their highest peaks since they've been in packs, since that first day. So, like, for example, a guy like Trippier, you need to gauge where is this card going, right? He went from Tuesday, the November 19th, which was 2 weeks ago. He went all the way up to 71 by Thursday. So you saw an 8K up on the average listing price. So this is a card that even last Thursday went up too, 66 to 68. So in my opinion, he's up a lot right now. But he's been continuing to rise. This card is getting a lot of traction. And for me, you know why this card is going up a lot? Because look at the price of Trent Alexander-Arnold's in form, and look at the price of Kyle Walker. What other English good right backs are there in this game? You really have Wan-Bissaka's wants to watch card, and then that's really it. You don't have any other great right backs. Trent's gold card you're not going to use at this point. You're going to use someone like Trippier, who gets La Liga links and also gets, he also gets the English links to Sancho or Sterling or any of the English midfielders. Like, he has a lot of links. So 86 pace, I mean, for me, try to get him around the 73, 74. That's something to look at for a Thursday investment. St. Juice, they always rises a good amount on Thursdays, but I don't like his price at the moment. Now, a lot of these screams are super rare at the moment, so I would not buy when this video comes out. I would pick a price in the daytime tomorrow when they get a little bit low. Because remember, these cards always do fluctuate because of the amount of listings that they get. So a guy like St. Juice Day, he went from last Thursday, 118, went all the way to 129 on the Friday. That's when the market was at a, they wanted to buy back. Even the week before, right? Wednesday, 120. And then, obviously, he didn't go up that much. But for some reason, that doesn't make sense to me. Because he actually did, I sold him for 135 the week before and was buying at 120. So I don't know if that's, the Thursday average listing price sometimes doesn't tell the whole story on where a card goes. You really do need to do some research. Like I said, this guy hits 140. So if you can get this card at like under 128, 127, that's a deal. Look at this. He's been 120. He was 125 that day and then went to about as high as 137. So, and I flipped one the other day as well. So they're just going to keep rising in my opinion. You got to find a price to be happy with it. You got to be okay with buying at an inflated price because you know they're just going to keep rising on Thursday. The market's not going to go down on Thursday. There's no chance. With Team of the Group stage, I don't think that's big enough of a promo to really drop the market at all. If this was like a Team of the Year thing or something like that, or Team of the Season, then I would understand. But I don't think a lot of people are going to be waiting to buy these teams because obviously they've already started buying. And then with the rewards on Thursday, these cards are just going to absolutely fly. A guy like Decore, right, gets a lot of links. And this also is dependent on a lot of the team of the week tomorrow too. If we get a center back Virgil van Dijk, maybe some other center backs in the game actually get panic sold a little bit to go and get Virgil van Dijk. If you see that, you might want to pick those cards up because maybe that doesn't really make sense. If a Ramos gets panicked because of Virgil van Dijk, that's a pickup in my opinion. Because Virgil is not going to get packed a lot. And I would also, guys, be careful with the links that you're seeing with the Fabinho, the Trent Alexander-Arnold, and the Robertson. I would be very, very careful with those cards because they're super inflated right now. And what we've seen, is that on Thursday, there's been too many people that have actually got those cards, and they panic sell them on that day, and they keep undercutting each other. So I'd be careful on those Liverpool guys. If you have them, I might want to tell you guys to dish them out. Maybe even tonight, tomorrow. Just probably get out of them pretty soon. I wouldn't look at Thursday to get out. Now today he was as low as 57,000 coins, and then went all the way to about 68 at the moment. He's now 70k. If you could pick this card again at 60k, a lot of these cards are super rare at the moment. So I wouldn't look at this as like a prime time buy, but try to get this at like 64, 65 and under. I could see 73, 74 tomorrow. A lot of these best of guys, Ben Yedder's already 235. I told you in a previous video, if you can get this card at 200 flat, that's a great buy. He's already up. Lewandowski's already 170. That's a great buy. Where is like my Kimmich at? Actually, I want to see that. So a lot of these best of cards may actually drop a little bit on Thursday if so many people are hanging on to them and waiting to sell. You might see them drop just a little bit. Wow, Kimmich is 69,000 coins right now. I bought mine at 58 on video yesterday. That's crazy. Wow. Oh my god, these cards are flying. Alright, so like, that's kind of like a lot of the stuff that I would be looking at, guys. A lot of these popular meta golds are going to do well. I think a lot of these, you know, special cards are going to continue to rise. You just got to pick your spots and pick a good price that you like for them. Don't settle at the current price of the card. You're always going to find them cheaper on a certain hour. Please, if you see their graph, do what I was doing right there. I saw Decore was at 57k the day before. Probably he goes up a little bit more tomorrow because more people are buying, less supply. And maybe he goes to like, he settles around 67 tomorrow. But at night, maybe goes to 77. So, you know, you gotta like pick and choose your cards. I would really like you guys to buy the meta golds because they're going to do pretty well tomorrow, in my opinion. A lot of the high tier golds are going to go up. The icons are going to go up. The only cards I could see dropping a little bit is if people are holding on to certain investments, like Team of the Week investments. Because, another thing, guys, if people hold these cards, they go and buy their Robertson and their Trent to go and link with Van Dijk, not because they want to make coins on Trent or they want to make coins on Robertson. They do it because they think they're going to pack Van Dijk and then they buy him. They buy before they actually get the player picks. And when they don't get the player picks or they don't get the pack pulls to be able to afford the Van Dijk, they're gonna drop in price. They're gonna sell off because they're like, okay, I'll just go use a cheaper player now. I don't need the link to Van Dijk because I can't afford him. So that's something that people think of as well as people that are, you know, also investing. So it's just a combination of things as why those cards are just over invested in most weekends. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I will do another one next week as well. We'll have a lot of uploads on the channel, a lot of streams to come soon as well. Thank you guys for watching today. I appreciate it. Comment, subscribe if you are new around here, and I'll talk to you guys in a video soon. Peace out.